Luck time. Yeah, if you can't tell, this is honestly the highlight of my week. I always look forward to this. Best time of the week. Best time of the week. I don't care what anyone says. So this time round, I've got quite a few things to show off. So you know what? Let's start with a rider that's been updated. Chair's done Hibiki. Now I would say Henshin, but I don't think Hibiki actually does that. I don't even remember what Hibiki says. I still love the fact that we've now got poses. You know what this really needs? This really needs some fire around those drumsticks. Right, you can click and it kind of causes the arms to go slightly. I didn't know you could do that. I don't think that's intentional. That's hilarious. I love that. But it's not just base Hibiki. We also have can of beans. Yes, the first Hibiki upgrade. Now, I don't know if all of Hibiki is going to be updated this update. The main reason is I want to update this weekend and look at how much Hibiki there is. But hopefully, we'll be able to at least get armed in. I think this looks amazing. I don't care what anyone says. I was a massive fan of the original texture. So I was a bit hesitant to upgrade Hibiki because, yes, there were flaws in the original texture, but out of all of the old textures, I've got to admit, Hibiki was one of my favorites. But I think Chair has done an amazing job here. And my voice is slowly going. I'm really glad Chair had a go at this, and it looks great. And yet, look, we even have like the disc animal on the side that hasn't been activated yet, and like the folded version of the whatever this. I'm not going to pronounce it because I'm going to mess that up. As well as we have the, is it the on-deck Ebo Wrecker? See, I'll attempt that, and I only know that because of like Decade's card. I think this is awesome. Either way, moving on. We'll talk about this in a sec. Now, I never quite know what to do with spoilers, but I really want to show this form off and talk about it and stuff like that. So if you care about Zets spoilers, everything I'm showing or talking has been properly revealed and that, not like super secret stuff. But if you're not up to date with the show and you don't want spoilers, there'll be a timestamp here. If there's not a timestamp here, there'll be a timestamp in the pinned comment. But I'm on it. I still love the way that the belt looks on this. Zets has been granted 2 new forms, one from a stage show and one from the actual show itself. You know what? Let's start off with the stage show one. We have, well, we don't actually know what this form is called. In the sound effects it uses the code caps and sound. So the charge, is it Good Night Rider? And this is what it looks like on an armor stand. So you can actually see it does have like the rainbowy bits on the side of the face as well. I think Chair did a great job here as well. Probably should have said this one was Chair, as well as the next one is Chair. So I guess it's time for what I think is the final form. Extreme. Just pose like that. Just pose. But yes, I believe this is going to be Zets' final form. It was revealed towards the end of this week's episode, which I wish I had the number of it. I don't know, for people that are viewing this in the future, it would be nice to have the episode number. I might put it on the screen if I remember. If I don't, meh. But I find it so funny. This entire time I've been going, wake up and get your final form. Now he has his final form, and now look at all of these together. Now technically this should be both Over and Master, but I gotta admit I kind of like Master more than Over, so I've only got the one there. But you can see all of these, they're looking so nice together. This really makes me excited for when we've got everybody updated. I mean, the fact that Putu Terra now looks so amazing up here with Liner, Survive, Blaster, King, Shining, Ultimate, Rainbow. I almost forgot to say Infinity. This is gonna look amazing once everyone is updated. And I feel Zets stands out, but stands out in a really good way. So I said I was going to talk about that. I guess now's the time. Yeah. If you're new around here, I started this a couple of years ago. Whenever a new rider is announced, I add a item to represent that show. Not so I could be like, look. I beat everybody to it. But it's just to be like, okay, stop asking. Because yes, I have had people ask when are you going to add myth? We don't even know what myth looks like. And because of that, I'll let you read that. Especially that last line. You know, the, if you are reading this in one of the devlogs, yeah, you have to subscribe and hit like if you haven't. So hit like. Oh, and this is edible. Whee! Whenever we have an excuse to add a weird and obscure Kamen Rider, I'm always happy, and especially when it's someone unknown. And we had one of those moments where those kind of little voices in the back of your head going, okay, add this. Yeah, we added Chinese grasshopper, man. This is another one of those forms where it's actually probably going to be easier for me to show it you on an armor stand than it is wearing it. Yeah, this is Chinese grasshopper, man. From, I believe it was a Sega Saturn game. I hope it was the Sega Saturn now. But essentially, he's Ichigo, but the head has been kind of pulled out at the back. Kind of like one of those aero bicycle helmets. Literally, as far as you can find, these are the only two images of him. One that was kind of like a shown photo thing, which made us think that he had a Forze kind of cone head. Then this image that made it look like he had a round Ichigo head. We ended up finding a 3D kind of spin round of the in-game sprite thing. That's where we found out, oh, the head's long, not tall. I mean, originally we kind of made this as a troll item. It was originally, it was meant to be a troll. I told Blurtle to make the model and post it somewhere without texture. So people thought we were updating Forze, but it turned out, yeah, it was long ways, not tall ways. So, yeah, that kind of joke didn't land as well as I was hoping. But I'm so glad we were able to add something stupid. I love this thing. So let me know, is this joke item from Blurtle funny? I think it's funny. So I guess it's time to get on to O's, but before I get on to O's, Osif has updated Kamen Rider Poseidon. Ooh. Osif, there's a tiny little gap there in between the fin and the eye. But yes, we have an updated Kamen Rider Poseidon to go along with the Kamen Rider Ocean. See, I know it's Aqua, but I've made the mistake of calling him Ocean a few times now. So I'm going to just intentionally call him Ocean and pretend like it's all intentional. Hello, Ocean. And Andrew has updated Birth X. Now, I believe there is another form here. Oh, there it is. We have the cannon arm thing. And you can shoot fireballs. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let me know. Do you think Hosif and Andrew have done a good job with these two? Let's get on to my stuff, because I have been focusing so much on O's lately. Haven't I, buddy? Yes, I have been focusing on trying to get all of the remaining O's forms updated. Both the future forms and the SIC ones. So let's start off with some of these future ones. We have Muchichiri, or whatever it is. It is Centipede, hornet, an ant, I believe. And I've got to show you this. Look at the thing on the top of the head, the like centipede head thing. Watch this. It moves. I added it as a cape. So it moves. It's so dumb. I love this. I love playing around with this form. And it has a pose where it puts up the bee shield thing. I love it. Next we have Ebi, Kani, and Sasori. These same 3 medals as Birth X. I believe it's Sokabi with Birth X. Birth X flips them. So here it is, I believe, Picasso. Picasso? I have no idea. But it has a pose. Then we have Sammy. I'm not even going to attempt that one. And I'm not going to attempt that one. But these are the 3 core medals that are used by Kamen Rider Poseidon. But it has a cool pose. I even put the whales on the arms. Next we have the kind of mammal combo thing. We have, I believe is it something like Chica, which is deer, I believe. Gazelle, and Ushi, which is cow. I love the way the head on this turned out. And it poses. It kind of sticks out that little horn thing on the arm. I think this looks so cool. Next we have, I believe this is walrus, bear, and penguin. I even gave it the little... It has the claws, but I don't know if you can properly see. It has flippers. Well, not quite flippers, but it has webbed feet. You can't quite see it. But of course, it also poses. You can kind of see the webbed feet a bit more like this, though. And then the last of the future medals wasn't actually assigned to a combo. It is this thing. I think it's like a crab thing. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just know that unfortunately, because of the way I did this, they kind of look like more like pile driver things. Do you know the Ben 10 alien? Is it Armadillo? This really reminds me of Armadillo. And then moving on, we have the Legend Tataba combo, which is made from the bird from Hibiki thing, the eagle thing, this dude, as well as Tiger and Ichigo, or in other words, Ta, because it's a orc, and Taka, so Ta, To, because Tiger, then Ba, because Bata, because grasshopper, because yeah, Ta, Bo, Ba. So yeah, this is the Tatoba combo, just made using Legend Riders. This is such a dumb thing. I absolutely love it. And of course it poses, because everything has to pose now. There's so many things without poses, but eventually they'll get poses. This does though. I love it. And next we have Shocker Rider O's. I still don't know if this turned out well or not. I really want to know if I did a good job with this one. If you don't know, with SIC forms, I always try and translate them to be kind of an in-series suit design. Because yes, this might look different from this, but ultimately they're meant to be the same thing. So when taking something unique, I kind of like to translate it to be like a, what if this was actually in the show kind of thing. And this is what I decided to do for this. Now, there were some bits of this I already knew, kind of like how they would look in the show, because the head is literally just a gold repaint of Taka, which the head is actually Shocker, which is kind of funny. So it's the same medal that was used in the Tamashi combo for the legs, but here it's the head, as well as the legs. I could tell they were just a bronzy red repaint of the batter legs with just a few extra little bits attached. So that's kind of what I've done here. But the arms were weird. The only thing I could really tell is that the torso, I believe, was reused from one of them. I can't remember which of them, but the arms were completely original with a snake wrapping around them. So I've kind of done that here and just wrapped a snake around them. Let me know, did I do a good job here? And of course, if we're doing all of this, I have to update Hexa O's. Now, I didn't do a massive update because, believe it or not, this texture and model was actually made during the kind of time where I'd already started a lot of the shading techniques that I use nowadays. So because of this, all I did was add the kind of new center chest metal thing, the updated eyes, as well as the updated shaded undersuit. But I still think this looks awesome. And now it's complete with pose. One day I've got to bring back the kind of moving leg things. Maybe I should do the same thing as... Is it Muchichiri? Whatever it was. This combo. Maybe I'll do the same thing as this thing's head. Maybe that could work. I have ideas. I want to experiment now. And then there's one last thing I kind of want to show off this time round. And this is the city. Now, everyone's seen the city before, but there's one big change to the city now. You know what? I'm turning up my render distance for this one. I always turn down my render distance whenever I'm recording, just in case I get those lag spikes on the devlog world. But yes, you can see the sky here. Looks all nice and blue. And if I go to Helheim, the sky kind of has that more teal kind of look. Kind of like me. But whenever I was copying over data from this place to the city when I was first setting up the city, I kind of forgot to change the sky. So it still had the same skyboxes here. But now, I've changed it back to what the overworld world looks like, and this looks so much better. This, honestly, has made it a massive improvement to the city. This looks really, really cool now. As well as I've messed around with a few of the additional attributes with the city. I've changed the temperature, so now it's a bit warmer than it used to be. So hopefully we won't get the snow appearing on the top of the buildings, as well as it can now rain properly in the city and that. So let me know, do you think this sky suits the city a lot more? You know what? Let's just make my computer cry. This looks so good with massive render distance. So, I'm going to end things here. If you've enjoyed this for even a split second, please do consider the like button, subscribing if you're not already. Any and all support is so greatly appreciated, so till next time. Goodbye. Bye.